South Salter, please put your hands together for him. Retiring from active service as a sportsman is still not retired. So there's nothing more to be said by Sports for All Commission and for you to follow. That name must come to the high table. I'm talking of the school sports department. We have a president.
Why are you hiding there? You all to the press conference for the 2015 Olympic Day celebration to hold on Saturday, 4th July 2015 in Lagos and other states that indicated interest to host the organized events. When he give you detail of the states that are going to organize, but it's my wish and my hope and for everybody that the whole 36 states of the Federation are supposed to be involved, including Abuja. Because it's very important for us, very, very important. And I want to assure you, by next year, the 2016, when it is going to happen, I will make sure all the 36 states, including Abuja, involved in this program. Olympic Day is a day set aside for everyone involved in physical exercise and learn about Olympic values of excellence, friendship, and respect. It is very, very important. That is why we say sports and health. You just have to exercise your body. I know people do exercise their bodies in so many different ways, but this particular one is so important to the Olympic movement. Very, very important. And that is the one which even the medicine organized more. So it is important that all of us nationwide, we must be involved in this exercise. The event is open to all age groups to share the Olympic spirit with everyone. It has no age limit. Either you are 100 years, you are 90 years, or whatever number of years you are, it's an exercise that you can be involved. It doesn't mean that you will come and run, you can walk if you cannot run, you can jog, you can do so many other things. But it is important, we want a lot of people to come out, both men and women, children, everybody. It is so important. Olympic Day celebration was initiated in 1987 by the International Olympic Committee, IOC, to commemorate the birth of the Olympic movement under the leadership of the Frenchman Valentin de Coubertin on June 23, 1894. Olympic Day event is not a competition to win prizes. It's not a competition. But it's to make you healthy. To make you healthy. So that at any given time, you have to move. You have to make your health. Even if it's 1 kilometer you can go, you go 10 kilometers, 3 kilometers, 5 kilometers you can do. This is very important. And this type of exercise should not just only take place only on this particular day. This particular day, was selected by the IOC to celebrate like what I said earlier on. By you on your own, every day you wake up, you can decide to jog, you can move out, even in your house. You can go around your house. You can come out of your house and go around in so many ways in your compound, in your area, and jog. It's very important if you can do it on a daily basis. Or you do it on a weekly basis. You don't need to wait till this particular day, which means that it's once in a year. So it's very, very important, please. Physical exercise helps to feel better, have more energy, and live longer. Present excessive weight. Well, there are some people, when you look at them, even here they're heavy, some are lighter, some are decent, but at least as much as possible, if you can shed and reduce your weight, it is very, very important. As some people will say it's natural, yes, it will be natural, but still, if you are doing the exercise, you will see the health. So it's very, very important to exercise. We encourage all the states of the Federation to organize the event in their various states in view of the health benefit to every individual. Now what I said earlier on, we have about 20-something states for this year, but by next year all the states, including Abuja, I assure you will participate. And that's why what I'm appealing here to the state. We will write letters to all the governors, we will write letters to all of them, we will speak to them. cast a call on
Sunday, the 21st of, we're going to have Indica's time.
And that is very, very unique. If you have been listening to radio,
How can my whole president be looking for me? Who am I?
that makes you focus, that lighten your brain and make all your physical. Most of the time, we see that the immediate past Senate President David Mark, whenever he's talking, we see some people standing up, greeting, whispering. Things are going on.
There are some Olympic champions. Yeah, we would definitely want to work putting this event together. And there is this organization Seva International, which is dedicated to service. They have been also in
Stadium, and those acts exhibition and designated a day that the whole world comes together, play together, run together, and do everything together to celebrate together, to relate together in one occasion around the world. And that day is going to be July 4th in Nigeria. Preceding the July 4th, on our own capacity, we have lined up other activities that's going to make us to concentrate, and it's going to make us to be aware and to be alert, to be healthy and to be happy. In this regard, we have lined up activities that comes up on the 21st of June 2015 at the main door of the National Stadium by 7:30 a.m. More details will be given later. On the 2nd of July, we're going to have art exhibition for students in Lagos State at the Press Center. And on the 3rd of July, we're going to have a quiz session for students around Lagos State. And after all these programs, we're going to have an award ceremony for the top 3 recipients of the competitions. The Olympic Day is set aside for everyone to come together, move together, learn together about the Olympic ideals, the Olympic values of excellence, friendship, and respect. Majority of states in Nigeria will take part in this year's occasion to share the spirit of Olympism. The Olympic Day celebration was initiated in 1987 by the International Olympic Committee, otherwise known as the IOC, to commemorate the founding of the Olympic movement under the leadership of our great Frenchman, Baron Pierre de Coubertin, on June 23, 1894. Olympic Day is an ideal platform to highlight the benefits of physical activities in general, particularly for young people, which allow them to learn about the Olympic values and to put them into practice in everyday life. In order to allow people of all ages groups to participate in the celebration, the Olympic Day has been broken into different stages so that everybody can partake. We're going to have 3-kilometer run, walk, jog, or whatever you want to do. We're going to have 6 kilometer. We're going to have 10 kilometer for people that are healthy and strong and people that have gone through the rigor of training. We are going to accommodate everybody. Even if it's only 1 kilometer you can do, it is 50 meters you can do. The most important thing is to participate. The states that have registered so far to participate in this year's edition are as follows. Akwa Ibom has been taking part in the past, and the past governor of that state, I can speak for him, he's not here, because I was in Akwa Ibom last year. He actually ran 10 kilometers with me. As a matter of fact, he was in front of me, I couldn't catch up with him. And this is what we want to encourage all the governors of Nigeria to partake so that they can be healthy. And because a healthy man is a fit man to work for Nigeria. The other states are Bayelsa State, Niger State, Ondo State. Another state that the governor took part very heavily was Edo State. Edo State will take part again this year. Enugu State, Anambra State, Plateau State, Delta State, Ondo State. Of course, Lagos State, which we are today, we're going to be having one year come July 4th. Jigawa State, Imo State, Ogun State, Taraba State, River State, and the federal capital of Nigeria, otherwise known as Abuja. So those are the states that have so far registered to take part in this year's edition of Sports for All activities. In Lagos, where the headquarters of the Nigerian Olympic Committee is situated, the events will be flagged off at the National Stadium car park by 8 a.m., while the participants will run jog from the National Stadium through Ojuelegba under the bridge and turn left to Lawansi Road and turn at Obolana Drive, en route to Marshall under Bridge, where they're going to turn back to come back to the National Stadium. The total distance is going to be 10 kilometers. The Olympic Day event is not a competition to win laurels or prizes. It's not a competition to say I'm the best participants, and we are just here to have fun, to have a healthy living. So I believe that everybody seated here will part of that assignment on that day. The Olympic Day event is not going to be for Olympians like Shema Juma to win medal. So today we are here to tell everybody that we want everybody to be part of these activities. Nigerians should know that physical exercise helps us to feel better, have more energy, and live longer. Physical exercises also prevent excessive weight gain, and maintain the weight loss, burn calories, prevent your risk of cardiovascular diseases and other wide range of health programs, such as strokes, and so on and so forth. We can and should be in charge of our body and soul. Let us consistently proclaim the vital message of the beneficial impact of physical activity.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are the commissions and the committees we have for now.
Your children, it's something you love, I'm telling you. It's something you love.
On Sunday, the 21st of Stadium, and those acts exhibition.
Mind is so clever and it's so crazy also that it keeps running into the past and future. Yeah? And this tendency of mind is a cause of stress. Now, if you're here with me now, in this moment, right now, there is no stress, right? But when you think about the past or something wrong happened, that causes some worry to come from the past. And when you are in the future, what happens? You get anxious, isn't it? Yes. These negative emotions that we experience come from either our mind going into the future or the past. And let's say now, when you're angry, are you angry about the future? You're angry mostly about the past, isn't it? So when you're angry, how's your body? Heated up? No. How's your breath? No. All fast? And when you are fearful, are you afraid of past? You are afraid of the future, right? So when you are fearful, what happens in your body? It becomes cold, isn't it? So there is a connection between mind and the body and our breathing pattern. And yoga attends to this to harmonize your state of the body, your state of the breath, and state of the mind. And when this happens, we are stress-free, and when we are stress-free, we are automatically happy. And a happy mind can do wonders in this. You agree with me? Yes. So that is the objective of Art of Living. The vision of the foundation is to eradicate stress and violence from the society and bring a smile on every face.
Nigerian football and other sports encourage supporters. He's here with us, Mr. Chamberlain. We push on together for him.
The President, Sports for All Commission, our partners and guests, the President General, the Olympian, well, all other principals of that. I'm just supposed to make a small remark here. And I think I want to start by, first of all, doing justice to what we in the Olympic Committee stands for, and what we are having as part of our vision for the next 4 years. And one is that we need to let everybody understand that the NOC is not simply for sports alone. The NOC has its arms in so many other fields, and including the IOC's main objectives. It includes culture, it includes music, it includes the environment, and sports. And you will not be surprised today, and I don't think it should be a surprise to any one of us, that in the music world, we have also a very avid sportsman. We brought him in here today because of his passion for sports and also his achievements in music. And that is no other than Sam Sultan. One of our objectives is to mix with a whole lot of other fields, other people who are strong in other fields. We have it from the music. We're also looking at the area of culture. In fact, we have a culture committee where we have an Oba as the chairman, and of course, Daily Music as the vice chairman. So that's simply the remark I want to make. And two, I want to say again that the Sports for All Commission this year, we have seen your activities started a long time ago, and we are so happy that we have very, very committed individuals. I think it's never happened that we have such a large number of people getting interested in running a Sports for All thing. It's a social thing. It's a field where a lot of commitment comes in. We have not advanced any funding. We don't even have, but you have committed yourself into doing this. So I would just want to say, I'm not supposed to give thanks, but I want to thank you for all your efforts.